What's up, guys? Well, I bought something today that I have been looking at for a little while and never pulled the trigger on until today. I found it used at my local pawn shop and I decided I had to have it. The famous firearm that I'm referring to right now is the IWI 941 Jericho, aka Spike Spiegals gun from Cowboy Bebop, the very first anime I ever watched. And let me tell you, it holds a very special place in my heart. For the longest time, I didn't even know what gun Spike used in the series. Well, after the gun bug hit, I decided to research everything I've ever wondered about with firearms, and I found out he used this gun. This is a CZ75 design, pretty much, but Israeli style. I would like to show off my prized pistol with you today. So let's just say what came in the box first. It came with 2 magazines, 16 rounds apiece, and it came with a little thing from the ATF we don't care about. And it came with a casing, shell casing, that was fired. The serial number on this one dates to 2009. And of course it's in 9mm. Which I'm here, they originally came out in 9mm and 41. So let's take it out. Let's take out this tank and show it off. This is the subcompact model. And the subcompact model has a 3.8 inch barrel as opposed to the full size, which is a little bit longer. And this one is the rail mounted safety decocker. Some of the newer ones have a frame mounted safety only, but this one has the safety decocker on the frame or the slide. So that just stays down when you decock it like that. It's kind of like the Beretta. And then, so if it's down, you have a dead trigger. This is the first pistol I have that has a dead trigger like that. All the other ones, if it's on safe or whatever, it just won't. You can't squeeze the trigger. But this one has a dead trigger. And let me tell you, this thing's got some weight to it. This is a little, seriously, a little tank. This is the most streamlined looking pistol I've ever seen. So if you like streamline, this is your girl. I mean, look how smooth the slide looks. It's got your 1911 Picatinny rail if you need to put a light on to make this thing even heavier than it is. And it's got a 3-dot setup. Not the best looking 3-dot setup. They look like they've been worn out, but they function just fine. I'll say one thing about this pistol is that you can grab it. Well, I say it. You can grab it up here and rack it back, but you're definitely going to have to put some effort into pulling that slide back. So of course, the only way to really functionally do it is to pull it back from here, which the Israelis, I know they kind of like to, you know, well, they like to carry with the chamber on empty. Not all of them. I just heard that from somebody. But when they bring it out to shoot, they turn sideways, grab that, pull it back, and then now they're ready to go to town. And I actually do this technique too. Instead of sliding the slide back like this, I prefer more of the slingshot method. If I present out, I like to just turn the pistol and pull back and rack the slide. I'll just say on this specific model, I've never had so much issue grabbing the top of a slide before. Now the ears kind of make it a little bit easier to grab because they stick out a good little bit. So it kind of gives you something to grab purchase of when you do it. But I'd be lying if I said it wasn't the easiest thing in the world to do that. Or I'd be lying to say if it was the easiest thing in the world to do that. But look, we're getting off the topic here. And the topic is that this is Spike Spiegals' gun. I don't care what flaws or negative things you have to say about it. This is Spike Spiegals' weapon of choice that he fought with the entire series. He constantly blocked sword swings with, and let me tell you, you can definitely block a sword swing with this chunk of steel. Just keep your finger on the inside of the guard when you're blocking, you know, and you have to make sure to only block with this much, this much of the weapon, or else it's going to get your fingers. But, you know, our boy Spike, he can do these things. And, okay, so let's get to the meat and potatoes here and look at the trigger. So it's in double action now, and back in double action. So the trigger in your double action form is going to look like this. It's smooth, but it is a little bit on the heavy side. But you know, I have Superman level strength fingers, and I've always liked heavy triggers, heavy double action triggers. I don't mind them. Like everybody's like, oh, it's so heavy. Get out of here, wuss. I don't mind heavy trigger pulls. But that's not really where this gun shines at. Where it shines at is the single action, where you're going to be shooting at it most of the time. So let's take a look at that. Take up, break. Okay, now the reset is right there. A little bit of take up and then break. I like this trigger. It's very light. I'll tell you right now, it's got a little bit of a mushy feel to it. Okay? As in, you don't really you see that? You see that right there? I didn't even mean to break it, but it broke anyways. So it's a real light trigger, but there's no discernible wall. There's like a smush right there. Back to it. And I like that because you can squeeze the trigger a little bit more, you know? You can kind of just, and you really don't need to squeeze it a lot at all because it's a light single action trigger. But I like it a lot. And I haven't shot the gun at the range yet, but I've dry fired it 100,000 times already. While, you know, saying famous Spike Spiegals lines. And I like it so far. So I think I'll be doing the normal thing and buy some Cowboy Bebop inspired grips. These grips are not too bad. They're polymer, but they're not too bad. I mean, I could definitely make these work if I had to. Yeah, the gun feels real good in my hand. You can ride up real high. It feels really good. This little hump right here, it doesn't bother my hand. The only gun to ever bother my hand with a hump has been the Glock. No other gun with a hump has ever bothered my hand except for the Glock. But this one feels fine. Yep. Got that dead trigger. Up. See if we can get that picture. It's got a real sexy look to it. I really like the look of this gun. And I'm not sure what role this gun's going to fulfill, but just saying it was Spike Spiegals' gun is enough of a role for me to be happy with forever. So yeah, I just wanted to show off my new pistol today. And it's the very famous Cowboy Bebop Spike Spiegel weapon of choice. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.